Chapter 15, Clauses. A group of words that form a part of sentence and possess a subject, verb and predicate of their own is called a clause. Note, a clause contains only one finite verb. If it can stand alone on its own, it is also a sentence. If not, the sentence may have more than one clause or a clause-phrase combination. Example, the underlined parts are clauses. The sun rises in the east. She tells me that she is moving to Mumbai. I cannot believe that she is leaving. Has she informed you that a flight is late? The child is playing. A sentence is always a clause, but a clause is not always a sentence. A single clause can also be divided into parts in the sentence. Dependent and independent clauses. Independent clauses or main clauses make complete sense by themselves. On the other hand, dependent clause or subordinate clause rely on their independent clauses to be completely meaningful. Example, the log that was broken by you has been replaced. Independent clause, the log has been replaced. Dependent clause, that was broken by you. Once we know the independent clause, the dependent clause starts having meaning along with it. There are three types of dependent clauses, namely adjective, adverb, and noun clauses. Adjective clauses. A clause that acts like an adjective in the sentence and describes a person or object is known as an adjective clause. For example, the girl who has red hair is my cousin. In the above statement, the bold group of words describe the girl who is the speaker's cousin. As a result, it is acting as an adjective clause. An adjective clause describes a noun by answering the question, which noun or what kind of noun. You can notice the same in these examples. Example, the neighbor that lives next door has returned from his hometown. The painting which was stolen last year has been restored in the museum. Adjective clauses usually begin with which, whom, that, whose, were, whose, where, when, etc. Example, the man whom you gave the keys is missing. The hospital where the baby was born caught fire yesterday. Adjective clauses should be placed close to the noun being described to avoid ambiguity in the sentence. Adverb clauses. A clause that acts like an adverb and describes the action taking place is known as an adverb clause. It tells us how, when, where, why, etc. the action is taking place. Example, she bagged the job because she pursued it with determination. In the above sentence, the bold words tell us why she bagged the job. As it is imparting information about the act of getting the job, it is acting as an adverb clause in this sentence. Adverb clauses begin with words like because, as, if, while, after, unless, until, as soon as if, though, since, where, etc. Examples, he was mugged while she was walking to school. She cooked lunch before she went to the market. Adverb clauses tell us about the verb in the independent clause. Example, I will be going to my tuition as soon as I finish the homework. She takes the car whenever she goes to visit grandma. Noun clauses. A clause that acts like a noun in the sentence and can be considered as an object or person wholly is known as a noun clause. Example, it is definite that he will win this competition. In the above sentence, the bold words tell us what is definite. As it is wholly acting as an object, to the clause it is definite, it is acting as a noun clause in this sentence. The noun clause answers the question what, rest of the sentence. Example, you should think about what you want to do in life. What you should think about? I cannot believe that he is acting so rudely. What can I not believe? The noun clause can begin with why, how, when, that, if, whether, what, etc. Example, can you tell me how you came by this information? We want to know when you are coming to visit us. The noun clause can act as the object or complement of the verb in main clause, the subject, and infinitive, etc. Remember, you should not classify a clause on the basis of the word with which it begins, as opening words belong to multiple clause types. Understand the purpose or the function of the clause inside the sentence to judge its type.